Alright y'all, last piece to the puzzle of these over fenders. Last video that I dropped was me installing the rear over fender to be able to get the clearance for the zeroing out the camber in the rear. And so now in this video, I'm gonna actually install the front over fenders. I think this should be much easier than the rear. It's much less work. So this is that side, but yeah, boom, just like that. And that's it. That's how the front looks right now. I pulled the crap out of these fenders so the wheel wouldn't hit, but now I'm gonna just chop her up and slap these on so it'll look like that. I could even drop them more so it looks more stancy. Like that. Shit. So you guys see how it's poking out like that, and then if I put the over fender on, it'll pretty much be like that. I think this might be a short clip because I literally just want to boom boom bam and get it done. So let's see how I end up filming this. No guarantee it's gonna be a short clip though, but that's what I'm hoping. Yeah! I think a good goal for me today is to at least drill these holes so the PEM nuts sit nice and flush. And then once I'm able to get these PEM nuts, once the hole is big enough for these riv nuts to sit flush, then I'll just primer them and let it cure overnight. Today is a work day, so I don't want to go to sleep too late and finish bolting this up. But I think a good goal is to get the holes big enough, primer them, and then drill these holes big enough so screws can go through them. Alright y'all, that was all of them. So all the holes are drilled out and the PEM nuts sit right in there like butter. I keep calling them PEM nuts, I mean riv nuts. So now I'm gonna primer them and then drill these holes out a little. I'm gonna drill those holes out big enough so this hardware can slide through. I might use shorter hardware, but y'all get the idea. I'm gonna end up using the same hardware that I used for the rear over fenders, which is these washers and these stainless steel screws. Well, with the Dremel, that was hella quick. Look, the holes came out pretty good. No cracks. So now, I'm gonna just go ahead and spray these holes with some primer. Alright y'all, check it out. It's all primered out. just roughly primered. I don't really care too much about it because if you guys saw the previous video, I mentioned that I'm gonna get the car painted, so just so it doesn't rust. So I'm not gonna do this tonight, but because it's gonna be too loud for the time that it is right now. But tomorrow I'm gonna pretty much cut away material, boom, from this fender, so it doesn't rub it here or anything. For right now, I think I'm just gonna tape that section off and kind of draw a template of where I want to cut. Since I already cut this fender to be able to pull it so it wouldn't rub, I had actually cut a slot right here on the stock fender so that I could roll the bug out of it and pull. Well, since there's already a slot there, I think I'm gonna start at the end of that slot, and I'm just gonna go boom, cut all that, boom, cut all this, and then boom. That should be pretty solid right there. That's a lot of material. Yeah, and I keep the rigidity of the fender still. Actually, just to roughly see. Yeah, that would be good right there. Yeah, and it's like 5 inches. So I'm gonna just duplicate the same thing on the other one and duplicate the same outline pretty much. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow when I go to chop this thing up. My favorite weapon. Weapon of choice, a grinder. Sorry, neighbors. I'll bust out the shears for this one. Ooh, rip. Dang. Look at all that space. Alright, y'all. So I ended up cutting both sides. I'm about to primer them, but look at all that wheel gap. Sheesh, I'm monster trucking right now. Whoops. Both sides are sprayed down. Now the last thing to do is install those PEM nuts like I did on the rear. Damn, PEM nuts. I mean riv nuts. I keep saying PEM nuts. It's gonna be the same M6. Check it out, all the PEM nuts are in. Looks like piercings on the Miata body, but they're all in on both sides. So that's pretty much it. Now all I gotta do is bolt on those over fenders. Let's see how it looks. That wheel gap though. This is how it's looking right now. I do have to open up some holes, like this one. It's kind of biting on the screw. So I'm gonna actually open up the holes a little bit on both sides, and then I'm finalize bolting it up, and then I'll show you guys. This side is all bolted up. It's looking pretty freaking minty. There's no crazy gaps or nothing like that. There is a little bit of bowing right here, but I think that's because it's sitting on the PEM nuts, as you can see. And then there's that air gap. But I can put a rubber gasket or something around the edges, but I honestly don't care enough where I'm gonna do that. It's like good enough as is. And then yeah, pretty good. And then on this side, I actually ran out of hardware, but you can kind of see it mounted up. I ran out of these washers here. I have the screws, but not the washers. But it's gonna look something like this. So I'm actually gonna wait for that hardware to get here. I'll bolt it up, and then I'll do a walk around. I'll do a walk around of the Miata. Damn, the rear looks good though. All right, y'all. See y'all when that hardware comes in. When it's supposed to come in yesterday, it got delayed, and now it's supposed to come in on Saturday. Today is Wednesday. I know, it sucks. I have to wait a few days just for that. But I actually have a few things to do before then anyways. I have to adjust the camber in the rear. Because right now it's zeroed out. But I don't want complete zero. I want like -1 for the track. Or I'll do a little bit of research and see what's good for the track. For actual grip, like time attack. But for drifting, I'll definitely want to zero it out. So just for the track that's coming up, I'm going to adjust the camber appropriately. And then after the track, I'll readjust it back to 0. And that's what I'll keep it at. Because I'm mostly using this thing for drifting. All right, boys. See you guys Saturday. Saturday for me. A few seconds for you. All right, y'all. It's been a minute since the last clip. It might have been like 3 weeks ago now. But I looked back at my camera footage and it was me bolting on the front over fenders. So that's how it looks all complete. Now you guys might notice something different. Is that I didn't film this, but I went to the track about a week ago. And I was having overheating issues. And apart from the overheating issues, I was also having a lot of engine bay temperatures. So I ended up cutting the hood. Well, let me give you guys a walk around of the over fenders. So this is how it looks. Complete. The rear. Then we go walk around this way. That's how it's looking. So yeah, like I was saying, apart from that, I was having like really high engine bay temperatures, and my radiator fans actually took a shit. So I ended up cutting the hood. And installing some Flying Miata fan kit. So I'll show you guys that. Look, this is the hood that I cut. And then this is the Flying Miata fans and shroud. They're pretty big fans, and the shroud is pretty beefy as well. And I actually ended up driving, oh look, in the vents, you can see they vent pretty good. I actually ended up driving the Miata to the track, and then I drove the track, and then I drove it back from the track, and no major issues. Just one issue at the track was that my rod broke. My beep, 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 beep. My turbo actuator rod, it broke, so I lost the boost. So I didn't get too many runs at the track, but it was still fun to go and just drive. But yeah, the engine bay temperatures are so much cooler, and because of the hood being cut, the air goes in through here and out the hood. My engine bay temperature, my coolant temperatures were so much lower. It was crazy. Like, I had no overheating issues at all on my way there, and then driving the track, and on my drive back. Like on my drive to the track, the engine bay temperatures were like well below half, and I was kind of surprised. I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever seen a Miata hold this low temperature consistently. But yeah, there it is. Alright boys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.